Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and obviously as you guys can see, this is going to be on a new knife that I picked up, and this is the Emerson CQC 7V. Now if you guys don't know what that means, this is actually part of what Emerson calls a prestige line. Now I'm not too versed on Emerson knives altogether, so from what I was told, the dealer said that it's a like an exclusive kind of limited run of that particular style, which is the CQC 7. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I had a CQC 7 in the standard black handle chisel ground blade, but unfortunately I just I couldn't get past the chisel ground blade. I know they're great slicers and things like that, but just for me it didn't do it. I liked everything else about the knife, but that right there, I just couldn't get over it, so I actually ended up selling that knife. Now, when I saw this one, I actually picked it up at the gun show. It pretty much had everything that I liked about the original one, but it didn't have the chisel ground. It had what they call a V grind on it, so it's actually ground on both sides. So, I actually picked it up. So let me go ahead and show it to you guys here. Here's the box. So as you guys can see there, it's CQC 7V-SF. Let me go ahead and open this up so you guys can see it. Obviously, you get all the standard literature and everything in there, and it comes in this heavy plastic bag. And right off the bat, obviously, you guys can see one of the main differences between the original CQC 7 is that it does have these tan G10 handles, and I think that really makes the knife pop in comparison to a lot of other knives out there. The black G10 handles are pretty much what I would consider the norm. So every time that I can get my hands on something that's just a little bit out of the ordinary and just enough to adding that tan G10 handle makes it out of the ordinary, I like to pick it up. So a couple things about the knife. The weight is 5.1 ounces, so it's a pretty stout knife for the size of it. The overall length of the knife is 8 inches. And it does have a 3¼ inch V ground blade. Now this is 154 cm, so it's a pretty good blade steel. And let me see if I can focus in on this. Let's see if it'll do it. It's not cooperating. Let's see. There we go. So as you guys can see right there, CQC 7V, made in USA. This is 2011, and this is number 758. And it's a really nice blade. It does have the Tonto point on the end right there, but like I said, it is a V ground blade, so it makes it a lot easier to sharpen. And just depending on which hand you're holding it with, it's a great slicer. It comes to a really wicked point, so it penetrates really awesome. And all in all, it's a pretty cool everyday carry knife. It does have the pocket clip on right side only and tip up only. So obviously, if you like left-handed or tip down, then this won't be the knife for you. And then you have your lanyard hole right there. Now this does have a liner lock, and these liners are titanium liners, so they're pretty strong. So the lockup is really nice. Now the other thing that I really liked about this was that it had that thumb disc, which makes it really easy to open left or right-handed. Now the only thing with the left-handed is that you obviously don't have that cutout, so it takes a little bit more force to go ahead and open it. And then to make things even easier, it does have the wave opening right there. So if you have this in your pocket, you can actually pull it out and it'll open itself, which is the purpose of the wave opening. Now the wave also serves as a thumb ramp right there, and it's got a little bit of jimping. And it's not too good. It's not too aggressive, the jimping, so I wouldn't rely too much on it. But it does have a little jimping right down here as well, so it locks it really nice. Now the texturing on this G10 is very aggressive, so it's you'd have to be a little wary on that, especially putting it in and out of your pocket, because it will eat up your pockets a little bit. But just the ergonomics on the knife itself, it's a very clean looking knife. Not a lot of curves and things like that, but I think that's pretty much the charm of the knife itself. So as always, I have another knife here for comparison, and I have my Manix 2, just because I think the G10 a lot of people know about the G10 on the Manix, so it's it's not similar to this one. The The one on the Emerson is a lot more coarse on it. But for the most part, I would consider these two knives, the usage of the knives themselves to be pretty similar. These knives weren't designed to be, gentleman folders or anything like that. There was, in my opinion, designed to be work knives. So, that's what I would categorize these two knives at. So, as you guys can see right there, in comparison to the Manix 2, they're very similar size-wise. The blade on the Manix 2 and the actual handle is a little bit wider, but for the most part, they're pretty similar in size, in overall size on them. So, again, if you guys know a little bit more about this prestige line of Emerson, definitely feel free to chime in and let me know and let everybody else know, because I'm just going based on what the dealer told me, that it's supposed to be some sort of limited run on these. So if it is, then I'm happy I got my hands on it. If not, I'm still happy that I got it. Again, I really like the original one, but that chisel ground blade is I just couldn't get used to it. So now that I have this one, then I'm pretty happy with it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. And again, this is the Emerson CQC 7V. Alright guys, thanks.